Hey, what's up? It's Annika, and in this video I will be doing a credit card payoff update. If you haven't watched my full debt journey video yet, go ahead and give that a watch. I will link that in the description down below, as well as I did a bunch of tips for staying on track when you're paying off debt. But if you have already watched those videos, then you know that I started off with about $230K in total debt, like consumer debt and like credit cards and car and phone and stuff like that, and student loans. So I put myself in a little bit of a pickle, didn't I? I'm here to give a little update, as well as kind of keep myself on track and keep myself accountable, and hopefully this will inspire you to hold yourself accountable as well. And I'll kind of talk a little bit about some of the things that I've done to get very motivated and rigorous with my payments. I have not completed all of my credit card payments yet, but I just paid off my second to last one. So I have one credit card left, and I'm just really stoked about it. So I really wanted to do an update at this time. So I have like a little bullet journal that I kind of started before I got my iPad, because I just really wanted to get like artsy and just track like engagement on Instagram and just goals and moods and just all kinds of fun stuff while still getting kind of creative, because if you follow me on Instagram, then you know that I suffer from severe anxiety and I just lose my mind if I don't get creative and like artsy every single day. So, oh yeah, it's gonna be May, and then a tribute to Kobe. So I wanted to do like a nice little motivating, I had my little iPad Pro before I got my iPad because I was saving for my iPad. But I have little trackers in here for my credit cards, and as you can see, I've got all of my credit cards listed out and their balances. Hold on. And their balances. And I made this kind of circle to kind of color in like the total amount that I'd paid just for fun. So I had over $1,500 on my Target card. I had just shy of $3,500 on my Disney credit card, and I had another credit card that I had over $3,800 on, and the credit card I just paid off was my Citi card, because these two credit cards here, actually, the Citi and this Partners, those started off as one balance on my Southwest credit card. You know, Southwest Airlines, the ones that give you airline points and you just use willy-nilly to get all your points. Yeah, so I used it willy-nilly and balanced about over $10,000, and that's a very high interest rate for airline mile credit cards, if you're aware of that. Hopefully you don't have one anymore, but I think that was like a 16 or like 27%, something ridiculous, like a ridiculous interest rate. And I had my highest balance of my life on that one. And yeah, so good news is I refinanced half of it to like Citibank, I guess, and the rest I refinanced to a credit union. So I highly recommend looking into refinancing options, because you can lower your interest rate if you have really big balances and you know you're not going to pay it off tomorrow. So you're accruing so much interest on this such high balance. Like that is just, it is burying you deeper and deeper and making things worse. So if you can, look into refinancing your credit cards. Look for ones with 0% interest for like your first 6 months or first year. That's what I did for Citibank. And so all of your money is just going towards the principal that you are now owed. So it's a new principal that includes all the interest from your old creditor. But yeah, refinance, because that will save you so much. And if you watched my original debt journey video, you know that I use kind of a spreadsheet calculator on my Google Sheets, and you can plug in your balances, your interest rates, and your minimum payments and all that good stuff, and it will calculate out exactly to the month when you are paying what card and how much, and then how much you can snowball as additional payments. So when I put in my new interest rates, like it tells you the total amount of interest that you're paying over the lifetime of your debt payments, and you just see it go down, and it's just incredible. I did that with my student loans as well. Refinancing is like amazing. Watch out for hidden fees, because sometimes if you have to pay more fees than it's worth, you can get into worse debt, and that just doesn't help you. And I've even listened to Dave Ramsey's podcast when he's talking to people about refinance options. If you do the math and map everything out and you can see factually laid out that it will in fact save you money, then like do it. But if it won't, be smart about it. So always do your homework and do the math. Trust me, I can't add 2 plus 2, and you guys know in my past videos when I try and count, I can't count in order, like, so I just plug it into Google Sheets and I use my calculator app on my phone to just seriously like run the numbers and think about what is actually happening. And I guarantee you might find a little loophole, or you might find a little gray area or a spot that you miscalculated. So I'm the queen of miscalculation. So I started off with a total of about $20,242.54 in just credit debt. Just credit debt alone, not including my car, not including my student loans or any of that. So, but I made my final payment to my city card, paying off the starting balance of $5,300. So now I'm going to color this little bar off because she is done. She's colored it all the way. Okay, and then I'm probably gonna color this in more with this pink color because that's the next color. So okay, so now for my biggest card, because I have been snowballing my debt, so I'm paying smallest to largest. And I know the avalanche method works better for some people based on interest rates, like pay off your highest interest rates or like your highest balances first. But for me personally, I need small wins, and I ran the numbers and it just made more sense to run it snowball for me. So now I'm gonna check what my final balance is on this last credit card, because right now I am in my spreadsheet that I have mapped out of all my payments. I am currently set to pay off my last credit card in January of 2021. So October, November, December, January, in 4 months. And oh, like my Halloween nails. Ha! I'm currently set to pay them off in 4 months, but I want to pay them off by the end of this year. Now I have an emergency fund set aside from when the beginning of COVID happened and I didn't know if I would lose my job, and like I still to this day, like anything can happen at this point. I could lose my job tomorrow, and I need to have that emergency fund that's a little bit higher than Dave Ramsey's initial $1,000 starting emergency fund. So ideally, if things can stay on track and I can foreseeably keep my job and be okay, then I have more funds to throw at my credit card debt so that I can reach my goal of paying them off by the end of this year. And then all I'll have left are my car and my student loans. So we're doing good. But let's see what the balance is left. Okay, so my current balance now on that last credit card is $5,308.92. So I paid about just under $1,000 off the top balance, which doesn't seem like anything, but so I can only color a little bit. So I still need to make my last snowball payment for the month of September because I paid off my city card, and now I think I had a little bit left over that I wanted to snowball. And the next thing in line is this last credit card. So I think I'm gonna throw a little bit more money at it this month, and then starting next month it is bombs away. Let's get this done, like get it out, like let's pay this off. And I don't even know like the lifetime of my payments, like because there was interest accruing, so my beginning principal balances are going to be a little off because I've had interest accrue since then, and then I wasn't making payments. Like I wasn't making more than minimum payments when I was first acquiring all this debt, like last year before I even looked it in the eye. But I'll probably have paid probably more than this $20,000, but God, that's just like, that hurts. Like don't go into credit debt, people, like don't do it. Cause like I probably only spent like actual principal balance just over half of that. Like the interest has gotta be really bad. Like I don't even want to do the math on that. Like how much of this balance is actually just interest alone. All right, so we've got just over 5K left in credit card debt, and we're gonna do it by the end of this year. We're going to do it. Mark my words. But I love doing little like color countdowns like that, and things that you can fill in and mark off and check off, and little milestones that you can reach along the way, because it's very, very motivating. And for me personally, it's very aesthetically pleasing. And now that I have my iPad with all of the creative tools that come with that, I really want to make like a giant one for my enormous student loan debt that I still have. I'm trying to find the best way to do that, because there's ones that you can like print out that are like spelled with the words like student loans, and then you just color in like as you keep making payments on it. But those ones aren't very cute. So I'm thinking of making my own. I just haven't done it yet. So, but something that has been really, really motivating for me is I joined like a Dave Ramsey Facebook group, and there's a Facebook group for literally anything and everything. But I joined a Facebook group, and people are always posting like, oh, I just started my journey, like first card paid off, or there's people that are like, oh, just paid off my $200,000 in debt or whatever, and just paid off my last credit card, just paid off my car, like my kids learned how to budget for their game they wanted. And it's just really, really inspiring, and there's people out there doing it, so it's just like so motivating for me and anyone else in the group just to see that and know it's possible. There's people doing it. I don't have to live with this burden and anxiety and just like pain. Honestly, hurts my bank. There we are. That's where we're at with our credit card update. We've got one left and we're gonna knock it out. So, and then we're gonna move on to my car and my student loan debt. So slowly but surely we're knocking off months off of my spreadsheet, because I think in my debt journey video I said that I was paying off in, I think I was at January of 2027 when I did my debt journey video, but now I'm at December of 2026. So I set my goal of wanting to be completely debt-free minus a house by the time I'm 30. I turned 30 in May of 2026. So we're slowly backing it up, and we're now in the year of 2026 that I'll be debt-free. So slowly but surely we're getting there. I'm basically trying to do all that I can with side hustles and saving money, and I am working on building up my personal brand as well, because any support I get on YouTube and Instagram helps me out so much. Like, you have no idea how much it helps me out. I finally reached 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube, so thank you all for watching and subscribing. And if you're not, please subscribe and support and give it a thumbs up, and I'll love you forever. If you want, please do check out my Instagram as well. I post a lot of like Disney related things, but that's where I have my creative outlet, and I just love to get fun with it and share things that are important to me on there. So give that a follow as well. Link down below. But thank you so much for watching this video and coming along with me on this journey. And if you are on your own journey as well, like, comment down below, like, we are in this together. Like, let's stick with it. We got this. You got this. I got this. Like, let's do this. Let's create a happy and financially free life. Bye.